How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back. I know it's been a while and I haven't posted in a bit because a lot has happened, and I'll go over that in just a few. But I want to introduce you to a daily. And it took a while for me to get this car simply because I ordered it directly from Japan, and I ordered it back in July, and it took a long time for it to get here because of customs and a bunch of other things. But without further ado, this is the car ride. So here it is, the 1994 Subaru Sambar. Picked this up from Japan. I actually didn't even pick it up. I had it transported here. Like I said, it took a while for it to get here. It's definitely a very long process. If you plan on transporting thing, I'll go over it in a few. Let you know what you're gonna get into, and obviously the things you need to find out for, and things that they don't tell you about importing these cars. But this is gonna be the new daily. This is gonna take over as the new daily. Once that thing right there, we're going to be installing a bunch of things on it. As you know, we're going to be installing the downpipe, the exhaust manifold, the upgraded turbo, just basically a full upgrade to get it to about 500 wheel horsepower. But that's later. This is the now. So this is it. Definitely a little bit rusty on the outside, and of course I'm going to be painting all that. The bed definitely shot in a lot of places, but not too bad, I think. Nothing a little bit of love and care can't take care of. Let's see if I'll just open this up right now. Here's a shot of the interior. So it did not come with that cob. It came with that one right there, but I didn't like it. Actually, had a friend of mine who had one, an extra one, so he was able to give me that, and it just feels a lot better. A lot of work that needs to be done on the car, but first and foremost, I gotta change that battery. I had to jump this car about 3 times already, and since the time I got it, since it has been sitting since July up until I received it last month. Actually, no, I received it this month in October, so it took a while. But yeah, that's the first thing that we gotta do. Just swap that out. Let's just take a quick, I locked it. Here we go. I am 5'11", about 245 pounds, and it is a little tight, but not crazy that it's that it bothers me when I'm driving, because I've already driven this a few times around the block, and just on a long drive to work. But apart from that, yeah, I mean, it's really nice, really decent, handles really well. For the most part, it is fun. It's probably the most fun I've had in any of the cars that I used to own, really. It's a very fun car, very practical. As you see, this car has 60,000 kilometers on the dash, which is roughly about 34,000 US miles. Actually more than that, but whatever. These are the units here. Here's everything that came with it. A little cigarette holder. I definitely want to change this out eventually to something better. Here is the second seat. They had a nice cover on it, but I'm gonna actually try to see if I can either change the seats, or I don't know yet. A lot of plans for this car, but I have no idea what it's gonna be realistically. But yeah, for the most part, as you can see, there you go. Just like I said, I had to jump start this thing before, so as of right now, I don't think it'll turn on again. But that's why I gotta do the battery, where I'm gonna take that to go pick up the battery. Shouldn't be too hard to get it. And yeah, definitely got a chance to fill up that gas tank though before I picked it up. And then that's where the wheel is. Obviously the wheels are gonna get changed out. I might want to keep these. It's not all-wheel drive, it's rear-wheel drive, so definitely leaves me room for improvement on whatever I want to do. I still haven't decided the course of this car yet. I can either lift it, bigger tires, of course, bigger tires, bigger wheels. But I don't know whether I want to do a full lift like an off-road type car, or just drop it a little bit more and engine swap it in the back. To what, I don't know yet. But again, just got it, so it's basically a canvas where I still have no idea what I'm putting on it. But I do know is that obviously it has to get painted, get rid of all the rust spots before they get even worse. Customs was great in basically taking off all the screws besides that one, and she is. definitely a little bit of a maintenance that has to be done on this before I can do anything else, before I can even start thinking about doing big projects on this. It's just basically doing the normal maintenance. And like I said, first thing first is going to be the battery. Then after that, I'll look into, obviously I'm going to be doing an oil change on this too, swapping out all the filters that need to be swapped out, because it's just been sitting for too long since I got it. But yeah, let's go take a ride. All right, so people have asked me why did I end up getting the Sambar, and just the simple fact of you don't see that many around here. Not in Jersey. I know that there is a huge there is not a huge following, but there is a following for a lot of K-truck owners, whether it's the Honda Actis or the Suzuki Carries. There, you don't see that many. I probably have seen, like, I live in northern Jersey, and I probably might have seen 3, and that's a stretch. But I know that there was one in Paramus, because I passed by it a few times. I don't know if the guy still owns it or not. There's a few people that I know on Instagram that are also in Jersey. One guy ended up selling his, and that was after I had already ordered mine. But you don't see that many, and I'm usually that kind of guy that I want to have a car that I don't see that many around, right? Like, good example, the Evo. I don't see that many, but after I bought the Evo, I started seeing them everywhere, which is crazy. When I first moved into my house, like, I probably was the only Evo around. Now I know that there's somewhere nearby that's probably a few blocks away from my house, and yeah, there's another Evo owner there now. I haven't met him, but I've seen it. So that's pretty much one of the reasons why I ended up getting the Sambar. But everybody always has the Honda Acti, like I said, the Suzuki Carry, and they're all 3 cylinders. The Sambar is the only one that's 4 cylinders, from what I think. I could be wrong. And the Sambar is one of the only ones that comes already with a 5th gear. Now, granted, I might not ever use the 5th gear because I'm just going to do it to go from my house to work and just to the gym. But it has a 5th gear, and you know, from other YouTubers that I've seen that have K-trucks, they're always like, oh man, I wish this car had a 5th gear. I wish this car had a 5th gear. So the Sambar was the way to go for me. There was a supercharger option, but even in Japan, they still wanted money for that car. They still wanted at least three, almost 4 Gs for it, and I couldn't find one in the condition that I kind of wanted, because all the condition that they had was just like it was like there was a rust spot on one of them. The other one had like super high miles. It was like almost 100K miles, which I was like, you drove this car everywhere. But this car found 60K kilometers. That's 100,000 miles, 100,000 kilometers, whatever. But this car came with 60K kilometers. Like I said, 34,000 more than that US miles. So that's pretty fine. But this one is not all-wheel drive. This one's rear-wheel drive, which again just opens me up to a few things. You know, if I want to do a drift build, I can do one. But again, I still don't know what I want to do. Like, first and foremost, it's going to be just maintenance, which is what we're doing now. And with time, I'll see how it goes. But obviously, you know, when you end up buying a daily for your daily, you end up needing a daily for the daily for the other daily. Sounds tight, just trying to get over me. You need to shut the hell up for a minute. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, I'm very happy with it. I was able to drive it just to inflate the tires to my job, because I work at a car dealership, like I said. So I was able to just drive it to my job, inflate the tires, just see what else it needed. And one of the big things that, of course, it needed was a battery, because it just sat for so long. You know, when you don't drive a car from, let's see, July, August, September, and into October, 4 months, you tend to need a battery. And then when I received the car, I ended up flying out to Italy for 2 weeks. So when I came back, again, needed to be jumped again. So I said, might as well just do it now that I'm back, and I still don't have to get back to work until Monday, because today is Saturday. So thankfully that's that. So now, for those who are interested in getting, whether it's a Subaru Sambar, Honda Active, Suzuki Carry, any K-truck, or just import any car from Japan, I got it from a website called carfromjapan.com. Quite literally just the name of the website. And yeah, you just basically pay for it all in one shot. You know, there's obviously no financing, so, and it still has to follow the 25-year rule. So once you get that, you pay for the car, you pay for the shipping all together at once. They send you everything. The good thing about the website is that they had so many pictures about the car, and it was easy. As soon as I paid for it, got confirmation emails saying, hey, the car's yours. These are going to be the next steps, and so on and so forth. And then once you find the car that you want, all you do is you select the port that's closest to you. I'm in New Jersey, so the closest port was New York. But with New York, I don't know what happened with them, and that they weren't accepting any imports. I don't know, maybe it just got full backed up or whatever. I ended up having to get the car sent over to Baltimore. So while if I was going to try to pick it up myself, again, it was 3.5 hours from my house to go pick it up. But then you run into another thing of getting yourself cleared by customs to enter a port, because a port is a sensitive area. Or you can pay somebody to go and pick up the car for you. But again, that's all just money. So you can either send a transport company to go pick it up, but then you also have to wait for them to make sure that they have a driver that's available that already has what's known as a TWIC card, just so they can go inside the port, pick it up, and then bring it over to your house. Thankfully, the transport company that I used had one, and only one. So it was a long shot. I didn't even know that. And again, this is stuff that they don't even tell you when you order a car and you want to import it from Japan. And paperwork gets sent out to you. For the most part, everything is in English, except for the export certificate, which is in Japanese, but then you also get the translated version, and then you have to go to motor vehicles to go set that up, and that's going to take even longer. So, like I said, I work at a car dealership, so I have a few connections that are going to help me with just able to get a car titled, and once it's titled, then I can register it. But again, that still costs money. It's not like it's free or anything. It's still going to cost time and money, of course, because that's always with everything. But in the meantime, I still get to do work on the car. So, first is this. Next will be the oil change. After that would just be a nice clean, just detail and try to work on the rust spots. I already ordered a battery cover because I don't have one. I have to order the cover for the engine, for the bed, because that one's shot, like it's fully rusted out. So, and a gasket that goes on top of it, and screws. It's just little things that way. But again, it's normal stuff. You import a car from Japan, you only get pictures of it, and then once it clears customs, and they go through their shenanigans on it, and they clear it, and they rip stuff apart just to make sure that it's not smuggling any illegal items. Yeah, Telluride wants it. I don't know why. But yeah, that's almost at the AutoZone. I have to drive 9 miles out of my way to go pick this up, but it's the only one that has it. So it is what it is. Alright, batteries picked up. Heading back now. Hopefully this battery fits, because it is longer than the stock one, so hopefully it fits. I read on the forum that it should fit, and shouldn't have to do much, but well, one never knows till we get home. But thankfully I can bring it back and just see what the hell I can do. If anything, I'll just have to do some modifications, but you know, just like anything else, every time you get in a car, you gotta modify it one way or another with whatever it is, especially since this car is from Japan and, well, been overnight a battery, but that's still money. It's gonna come about to about the same anyway, so. And a lot of the places, well, not places, but people that sell parts here, like Japanese parts, are just charging like an arm and a leg at this point. So, gotta wait and see till I get home. All right, so old battery is out, new battery is in. It's quick, minor modifications since the battery is a little bit bigger, but nothing crazy. And she definitely starts right up, so. There you go, starts right up, new battery. First of many repairs done, so on to the next one and figure out what that is. Goddamn train. All right, peace.